This is Joe for the United Survivalist Network of Ontario, and today we're out trying out our new camera tripod I should say, and I thought I would just go through some basic traps, show you some basic ones, show you a treadle type snare, as well as redo one we did earlier that because it was snowing, it was windy, it didn't show up on the video real well. So we're going to redo that one. I'm going to go off and make a couple triggers now, and I'll be back shortly, and we'll get at snaring and trapping part 2. And today I'm out here on this beautiful day trying out our new camera tripod, and I thought I would show you how to do a twitch up. It's a very simple spring snare and with a very simple trigger. So I've already set one up, and I'm going to spring this here in a minute, and then I'm going to show you how to make it. Basically, animal comes along, trips the, and we've got him. Alright, so basically this twitch up is very simple to make. Now, as you can see, we've just taken 2 uprights, pounded them into the ground. Okay, so they're both there. We've got, of course, our power source, our sapling. Okay, and we have our snare. So I'm just going to widen the loop here for a minute. Okay, so basically all it is 4 pieces of wood. Okay. You've got your spring. We've taken 2 stakes, pounded them into the ground, and 1 cross piece. Okay, one end just rests here. The other one just very lightly rests across the bar here. Okay, we bring the rope around, back up as close to the top of that piece as we can. Back, over, around. Okay, and we just got to be careful that when we put the tension on this, that bar doesn't fly up in our face. Okay? Alright. So, there's our loop. Then we've created a funnel. So I'm just going to get the camera. I'm going to bring it in closer. Okay. So this is a close-up of the trigger, and as you can see, let's see if we can get a better view of it here. Basically, all we've done is we've tied our rope here, we've looped it around the upright under this one, and this end just rests right on that bar, and there's our loop. The animal will come through. Hopefully he'll catch the loop. Okay, he'll force the bar off, and there we go. We've got him. Hello, gang. I decided to show you this bait bar trap again, just because the first time we did it, in the winter time I carry a lot of this white cord, that actually blends really well with the snow. So what we've done is I've used the white cordage for the actual trigger, but for the bait bar I've used a different color. So what I'm going to do here in a minute is I'm going to move that camera in closer, and I'm going to show you the setup again. This way you'll get a great idea as to just how this particular trap works, okay? So I'll be right back. Alright, so I want to show you this trigger again. The first one we did, I used the white cord on it, so it wasn't a very good shot. So we're just redid it real quick. Of course, I used the white cord again just to the trigger, and see if we can get a close-up of that trigger. As you can see, we've just cut a notch into it, and we have it hooked in. Now, I haven't hooked an actual snare up to this trap, just because I just wanted to do the trigger mechanism again. But normally what we would do is we would tie a snare to the bottom of this trigger, and we would put it on the ground all the way around this string, okay? And basically what this string is it's a trip string or a bait bar. What I would do normally, okay, is as I carry peanut butter in my trapping kit, just a small little container of it, and I would put the peanut butter on the string, okay? And what this does is allows me to trap two different ways. The animal would come in, start chewing on the string, and hopefully would trigger it, or something that came along and pushed the string, okay, would also trigger it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the camera back on the tripod here, and I'm going to show you basically the idea behind how this trap works. And it's very simple. It's just a line hooked up to a trigger, okay, with the little notch carved into an upright. The trigger mechanism is just a part of a branch that had another branch off of it, and of course I've cut it and formed like a little V, and it's been tied off to another bait bar, or sorry, another upright that, as you can see, is just very, very, very loosely stuck into the ground. So I'm going to put the camera back, and then I'm going to trigger this trap for you. Okay, so I've tried to readjust the camera a bit for you. Now, so as I said before, basically what we're trying to do is we've taken peanut butter, we've spread it along the string, okay? If something came along and chewed it, it would trip it, or if something came along the trail, okay, and disturbed the string, then hopefully we would have supper. This is called a treadle snare, and basically all it is this Y branch, okay, hammered into the ground. I'll see if I can come around here and kind of get a better shot of the trigger. Okay. So we've come down with our line. We've got it hooked into a dog here that's underneath, and with a bar coming across holding the dog in place. And normally I would have a snare hooked up to the dog, but I just want to show you this trigger mechanism, okay? And you'll notice we've got a bunch of branches across it. So had we wanted to catch something with this snare, what we would have done is right here at the dog, we would have put our snare, and we would have looped the snare all across the treadle. So basically what happens, and I'll find my tripstick here, okay, ideally what happens is something is going to come along, walk on the treadle, and that sets our trap off. Okay, as you can see, the simplest snare will often work just as well as the elaborate ones. Okay, and all this is just a wire loop tied off to a branch in the ground. The animal will come along, and of course we have them. The secret to these snares are the more you set, the better your chances. Okay, folks, so that kind of concludes our little episode for today. I hope you've enjoyed it. And just remember, while you're out here practicing some of this stuff, to take your string and your wire and your rope back out with you. Don't leave your traps engaged. The last thing we want is to harm any wildlife that's not necessarily absolutely necessary in a survival situation. And if you're out here practicing, obviously it's not a survival situation. So there again, please take your stuff out with you. Leave our forests intact, leave them clean, and we'll see you on the next video.